In the beginning, the earth consisted of all water. The inhabitants of the sea world were sea people called mermen, mermaids, and sea creatures. The king of the sea world was a merman named King Puss. He had 8 children, 4 mermen and 4 mermaids. The ocean was perfect and good. The sea people and creatures were allowed to go everywhere, but one area of the sea. The Bermuda Triangle. The Sea King had a very curious and rebellious younger daughter named Bermuda. The 6 older brothers and sisters wanted to explore the ocean to create a map for the ocean inhabitants. The father did not allow Bermuda and her younger brother to go with them. Bermuda got mad. She started secretly following them and eventually got lost. After 3 days, she came upon the shiny, bubbly triangle that was forbidden to enter into. Bermuda's father warned them to never go inside because it would cause chaos in the SeaWorld. But Bermuda was angry, so without hesitation, she went into the triangle. The triangle sucked Bermuda in and spun her until her fin came off. In the place of her fins were 2 scraggly legs. Bermuda got spat out right into the ocean's bottom. She couldn't swim with her legs, so after a few hours she died. The triangle was later named in memory after her, the Bermuda Triangle. The SeaWorld was in utter chaos. Slowly, one by one, the mermen and the mermaids were getting feet. There was panic all across the kingdom. The king's sons and daughters had come back, but there was no sign of Bermuda. The king sent out rescue sea animals to search out the ocean, and a day later, Bermuda was discovered dead. Death had come upon the SeaWorld. They could no longer live eternally in perfect harmony. There was death, there were fights. Most of the animals were in pursuit of the sea people because the sea people no longer had fins, and the animals saw them as food. Some people died from sea attacks. The king was in despair, but he knew what he had to do. The king was going to sacrifice his life for his people to survive. He let the sea people and creatures know what must be done. He swam to the ocean's bottom to the Bermuda Triangle. The entire SeaWorld was standing and watching and mourning. All of a sudden, there was a formation of something solid above the sea. There were parts of the sea that were covered with barriers. There they saw 7 chunks of solid land with what looked like the king's 4 sons and daughters ruling each land. Back on the seafloor, King Pus started to transform into a strange-looking animal with many arms protruding from all sides. Those 8 arms that grew out of his body represented his 8 children. Asia, Australia, North America, South America, Antarctica, Africa, Europe, and Bermuda. King Pus was no longer just Pus. He now had 8 legs and was called Octopus. The 7 continents in the dangerous Bermuda Triangle are named after the 8 sons and daughters of the king. Whenever you see an octopus letting out its ink, it is reminding us of the heroic and sacrificial deed that King Pus made for all the mermen and mermaids. And those 8 lakes are a great reminder of the great sons and daughters that once ruled the lands and the oceans.